Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beyond Words with me, Jessica. In the last episode, we talked about hobbies and free time. Today, I want to tell you more about my hobby, something that makes me really happy and excited. My hobby is traveling. I love traveling. When I travel, I feel free. I feel alive. I can see new places, meet new people, and learn new things. Every trip is like a small story. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And every story teaches me something new. When I travel, I love to watch people. I love to walk in the streets, look at the buildings, and listen to the sounds of a new city. Sometimes it's the sound of cars and people talking. Sometimes it's quiet, just the wind and birds. Traveling makes me realize how big and beautiful the world is. There are so many things to see, so many cultures to learn about, so many foods to try. That's why I always feel excited when I plan a trip. Before traveling, I always plan. Planning is fun for me. It's part of the journey. First, I think about where I want to go. Let's say I want to go to South Korea. I love Korean food, and I've always wanted to see the cherry blossoms in spring. So I start to plan early. I make a list. I write, check flight prices, check hotel options, prepare my passport, save money for food, shopping, and souvenirs. Then I think about the budget. I ask myself, how much can I spend? Do I need to save more money before I go? I usually start saving a few months before my trip. I stop buying things I don't need. I put a little money aside each week. Little by little, it grows. Next, I think about the weather. What season is it in Korea? If it's spring, I need light clothes, maybe a thin jacket and sneakers. If it's winter, I need a warm coat, gloves, and boots. I also check if I need a visa or a SIM card for my phone. I like to have internet access everywhere because I use Google Maps a lot. It helps me find restaurants and subway stations. Before the trip, I also write a small list of places I want to visit. In Korea, maybe Seoul Tower, Gyeongbokgung Palace, and the Han River. I don't always follow the list, but it helps me stay organized. A few days before traveling, I start to pack my bag. Packing is always a mix of excitement and stress. I always think, do I have everything? Did I forget my charger? Where is my passport? So I make another list. Passport? Check. Flight ticket? Check. Toothbrush? Check. Charger? Check. Headphones? Check. I also bring a small notebook and a pen. I like to write small notes when I travel. Things I see, things I feel. The night before the flight, I usually can't sleep very well. I feel too excited. I imagine the airport, the airplane, the sound of people speaking another language. And then, finally, the day comes. It's time to go. At the airport, I always feel nervous and happy. There are so many people, so many lights, so many signs. I check in, go through security, and find my gate. I buy a cup of coffee and wait for boarding. When I sit on the plane, I look out the window. I see the clouds and I feel grateful. Grateful that I can travel. Grateful that I can see the world. When I arrive in Korea, everything feels new. The air smells different. The signs are in Korean. People speak so fast. At first, it feels strange, but then I smile. Because this is what I love, being in a place where everything feels new. I try new food. I walk around the city. I visit small shops and cafes. Sometimes I get lost, and that's okay. Getting lost is part of the adventure. One day, I tried Korean street food. It looked spicy, and yes, it was very spicy. I drank so much water, and people laughed kindly. We didn't speak the same language, but we understood each other through smiles. That's what I love about traveling. Even when you don't speak the same language, you can still connect. Traveling is not always perfect. Sometimes things go wrong. Once in Japan, I missed my train. I went to the wrong platform. I didn't understand the signs. For a moment, I felt scared. But then I asked a kind woman for help. She didn't speak much English, but she tried to explain with gestures. And finally, I found the right train. I laughed at myself. Another time, in Thailand, I ordered food and thought it was not spicy, but it was the spiciest thing I've ever eaten. My face turned red, my eyes watered, and everyone in the restaurant laughed. It became a funny memory I'll never forget. Sometimes travel can be scary, like getting lost at night or not knowing where to go. But every time I learn something. I learn to be patient, to stay calm, and to trust people's kindness. After every trip, coming home feels special. Home smells different. My bed feels soft. Everything feels calm again. I unpack my bag. I look at the souvenirs I bought. I scroll through the photos on my phone and smile. Each picture tells a story. Traveling always changes me, even just a little. It reminds me that the world is big and my problems are small. It reminds me to be curious, to be brave, to be thankful. So yes, traveling is my hobby and also my teacher. It teaches me about life, people, and myself. What about you? What do you like to do in your free time? What makes you feel alive? Take a moment to think about it. And remember, you don't need to go far to explore. Sometimes adventure starts right where you are. Thank you for listening. I'm Jessica, and this is Beyond Words. See you in the next episode.